Hey guys, it's Maui and you're watching my 20 questions video. Let's get started. So how was I introduced into the Smash scene? Well, I was actually introduced by a good buddy of mine, Josh Van Dam. He invited me into a group chat and I got to be around a lot of very passionate Smash Brawl veterans, Oki, Fox 16, Edmund, but he went by Nursemaid at the time. And that was really how I got ushered in to the community and saw people who were passionate about the game. Where does my tag come from? The funny thing about my tag is it's actually a nickname that I hate. So my real name is Maui, and going into middle school, I had friends who just liked to troll me, and just tease me and poke me, and they would just change it from Maui to Maui, just for the sake of it. And they knew I hated it. And it stuck to me so much. It grew with me over time, and all my friends called me Maui just to hate me, just to kind of get under my skin, and I keep it with me for nostalgia. So what did I do before competitive Smash? Well, I actually was a musician before Smash, and I studied music at the age of 11, and music was a very passionate thing for me. I was so fond of it that I wanted to make a career out of it. And I joined a band with a couple of friends of mine, and we traveled all across the United States to play. We were together from 2012 to 2017 before we ended up breaking up, basically. But music is still a passion of mine. What was the first time I ever stepped on the mic? Wow. It's actually a super long time ago. I think about 4+ years ago. It was like MSM 30, back when they were at like Gardena in the hood, literally. Like, it was a bad area, but like those days MSM didn't have any like set commentators. So I brought a friend from mine, a Brawl and Smash 4 player by the tag of Sebtract. He and I entered that MSM, and there was nobody commentating for grand finals and for the money match between Sabzi and J-Mex that happened right after. So I hopped on the mic there for the first time, and I fondly remembered everything I said. And although there were so many cringe moments, I honestly just thank myself for pushing myself to do it. So what advice would I give to anybody trying to step up on commentary? I would say definitely take a speech class. Go to a community college just local to you and practice speaking. Go in your room, look at yourself in the mirror, write a little monologue. It doesn't have to have any meaning to you, but just practice speaking in a structured format. So my favorite content creators, that's actually kind of hard to say. There's a lot of content creators out there, but I gotta give it up to Maximilian. He's somebody who's been creating content for a long time, and it's just top quality. And he'll even go back and play old fighting games, and it's kind of a good ride. Another content creator I gotta say is Donkey. Just can always make you laugh. Literally just the silliest nonsense. What are my favorite games? Oh, obviously loving Smash. I'm just gonna put all of Smash into one, as like the whole series as one category, but outside of that, I definitely would say Mega Man Battle Network 3. That game was just monumental for me. I stole that game from my best friend. Like I played it once in grade school on a Friday when you get to bring your Game Boy Color to school and everything, and my friend let me try it. Dude, I jacked that frame 1. That game was amazing. Deck building action games are great. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memory is a good honorable mention. Last favorite game though, hands down, is The World Ends With You. That's one of Square Enix's slept on gems for sure. If you guys want to check out a game that's worth your while. How would I describe my play style and what draws me to a character? Really depends on a couple things. I guess for poker nomenclature, I myself am a tight aggressive player. So I like characters who are fast and who have great frame data so that they can throw out a lot of safe attacks. So that's kind of why I'm drawn to Falcon, even though I do be throwing out Falcon punches all the time. But yeah, tight aggressive player. Oh, commentators I love to commentate with. That's kind of a toss-up. I want to say between Scourge Mom and Edmund, but I'm really going to give it to Edmund, especially with the work that we've been doing in Ultimate together. I haven't commentated with Scourge Mom in years. Me and Edmund, we vibe really well. We flow on the mic easily. He's the commentator that I've interrupted the least, and I have a problem with that. So, I mean, that alone is just merit to say Edmund. My favorite anime? Just kidding. But my favorite, top 3, I gotta give it to Death Note for the psychological aspect of it. Definitely Psycho-Pass for the philosophical tropes that come up in the show quite often, and honestly for the culture, just Dragon Ball, all of it. Z, Super, honestly screwed. Putting GT on there too. Wow, my first ever tournament experience. That's actually hard to distinguish, but it was before I was really involved in Smash, back when Project M was kind of still popular, you know, the Voldemort of Smash. I entered a tournament at Cal State LA, my first ever tournament. All I had done before that was just whoop my friends constantly every day, which I'm sure a lot of people kind of get used to, being the one in your friend group that always whoops everybody else in Smash. And I went to a Cal State LA tournament, and I'll never forget it. I had practiced Falcon months for this moment, and I got to winner's quarters without switching, but I got JV forward by a Fox, and I switched to Luigi just because I felt like I couldn't press buttons, and I don't know how, but I super janked him out. I won game 5 with a misfire last hit, and I just stuck Luigi the whole tournament, and I took it, and that was my first ever tournament ever. Some hardships that I've faced in gaming usually come from when I'm playing somebody who completely outclasses me. I only get enjoyment from playing games that are competitive, where I can have an opportunity to read my opponent. And whenever I'm thoroughly being outread, whenever I'm thoroughly being outplayed, and it's to the point where it's disheartening, I find myself at that wall a lot, and that might be where I think is just the most difficult thing in gaming, period. My favorite artists, I'd have to say, are definitely Kyle, the rapper, Chance, and for the culture, I gotta say John Coltrane, good saxophonist. So what has my experience in the community been like? Well, overall, it's been a wonderfully pleasant experience. I will be truthful, the community is quite fragmented. So for those of you who are new, you're definitely gonna wanna buddy up with people and be a little extra sociable. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself in a corner trying to play friendlies at an open setup. Something that people don't know about me, I definitely would say that one, I used to be in a dance crew back when I graduated high school. Yeah, I was like super into tutting and all that, like, you know, all that nonsense. But outside of that, I do speak 3 languages. I mean, not counting English, I would say I speak French fluently. I speak my native language, Tigrinya, really fluently, the language of Eritreans, north of Ethiopia. And I also speak a little bit of Japanese. Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. Common misconception about me in the community, I definitely would say is probably my orientation. I'll just leave it at that. What would I wish from a magic genie? That's kind of tough. I mean, you watch Aladdin, you wish a lot of things. I definitely would wish for complete emotional detachment at will. So if I want to be emotionally invested, I could just snap my finger, and if I don't want to ever, I could just snap my finger. It's not something you can actually do, by the way. If I was picked, no, you can't put that. If I was picked up by Captain Falcon in an Uber, bro, show me the aux, first of all. About to play all my F-Zero remixes. Douglas J gonna love the crap out of me. I'm gonna tip that dude like 50 bucks, easy Uber. Changes that I would make to Smash? Oh. I'm not even talking about bringing back running through your opponent, but I'm gonna say that I would like to have Seasick Nair back. As somebody who plays Falcon and Mega Man, being able to do like frame perfect landing nairs and being able to shoot Mega Man's pellet without giving up your horizontal drift is kind of big. My friends think that it's kind of worthless, but as a Mega Falcon main, like, you're gonna need that. Something that I would like to share with everybody, any parting words? I guess I would probably just tell you guys, for those of you who have been veterans competing, or for those of you even who are now just starting to compete, those of you who want to get on the mic, those of you who want to just be involved in the community, some of what you learn in college and high school and being in a clique does apply. Go home and meditate. Go home and find yourself, and then when you come back to this community, you will make the most of your time. Nothing will be a waste to you, literally. You could have the most motivating and inspirational and genuine conversation with somebody you just don't know, but you bond through Smash. Like, find yourself, meditate, and come back to the community, or keep being involved in it, and it'll just enlift you. Well, that's all. Thanks for watching, folks. That's my 20 questions. I'm hoping that you guys paid attention and didn't kind of sift through the video, really kind of got to know a little more about me. And if you want to ask anything else that may not have been answered, just leave it down below.